So today is the day. I'm going to be doing the review on Professor X, and as you can see, I liven things up a little bit through some of the other X-Men characters in there. This is pretty much how I have my X-Men display set up, minus the new Magneto and Mystique. But I try to base it around the cartoon series, so I am missing Storm and Jean Grey, but they're releasing the new Storm pretty soon here, so I don't have long to wait for that. And I'm hoping that at some point they release a new version of Jean Grey, because I'm not really a big fan of the older version of it, so I'm kind of holding out. So before I get started with the review, let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway. And I do have the brand new Professor X still boxed up. Let me see if I can grab it and put it in screen for you. I don't know how well that's gonna come across, but he's still boxed up, so you're not going to be getting a used version of Professor X. So let's go ahead and talk about eligibility. So the first thing is that this is only open to residents of the continental United States. International shipping is just too expensive, but hopefully as my channel grows, I'll be able to get to the point where I can do free shipping internationally. The second thing is, to be eligible, you need to be a subscriber, and you need to leave a comment on this video telling me who your favorite X-Men is and why. And basically that's it. If you're not familiar with how I do my giveaways, I can refer you to the last giveaway I did, where I ended up giving away the person had a choice between Jubilee and Skullbuster, and he chose Jubilee, so I still have the extra Skullbuster, which I'll talk about in one moment. But basically what I do is use random.org. So I just pull everybody's name that leaves a comment, put it in a list, randomize it. The first person that's selected is the winner. But what I've decided to do for this giveaway is go ahead and not only let the number one person win, the number two person is going to get Skullbuster. I know a lot of times it sucks coming in second, and as I do more giveaways, I want to get to the point where I can, give away up to 5 items at once or something like that. As the channel grows, we'll get there. That's why it's important to, show your support just by subscribing. All of these figures are paid for by me, shipped out by me, so I'm paying for everything. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm a small channel just trying to grow. I'm in a fortunate position where I can afford to have these figures and buy duplicates, and so I like doing giveaways. It's just something that makes me feel good, and I enjoy doing it. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the review of Professor X. Alright, so here we have Professor X as he comes in the box, and you can see he's standing up. The hover chair comes in 2 parts. You have a back piece and the seat, and so you kind of have to snap it together, basically. And then you have a little, I guess, a blanket that you can put over his legs if you want. And of course he has the Cerebro helmet with the attached effect. The effect can be taken off. It just simply pops off like it just did without me really even touching it. But anyway, you can kind of see it's just a peg, and then there's a hole on the back of the helmet itself, so you can pull the helmet off and kind of see what it looks like there. Nothing really special about it. Okay, and so if you're wondering what the extra head is there in the box, that's actually for Shadow King, and this is an extra character that you can make. Basically, you would need the Kingpin body. Let me get these guys out of the way and get Charles out of his hover chair with some assistance from the Dark Phoenix. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back and let you take a look at Shadow King. Alright, so we have the Dark Phoenix over there helping Professor X stand up for the moment. Next to him we have the Shadow King, and so basically the head snaps right on. This is what the regular Kingpin Build-A-Figure looks like. And if you want to do Shadow King, you can do him instead of Kingpin, but you would not necessarily need these hands, but these are the Monster Venom hands. I think they work really well on this figure. So that's what I decided to go with, and I think a lot of other people have too. It wasn't my idea. I've seen some people on YouTube and Facebook do it, but makes a pretty good looking Shadow King if you want to do that. Alright, so let's take a look at Professor X's chair, because I'm not sure how much longer Jean's going to be able to hold him up like that. Okay, so the chair you can have sitting on its base like this. You don't have to have it sitting on the little effect piece. This is what the side looks like. It's the back of it. Like I said, it snaps together, so you're gonna see that seam in the middle of it. And you got that there. Both of these slide open like that, so you have your little control panels so he can operate it. And I thought that was a pretty nice touch. This is the blanket piece that I was talking about that just sits over his lap. So basically, when you have him sitting in there, try to get a good angle here for you guys, but when you have him sitting in there, it just kind of sits in there. It's gonna fall down because his legs are what actually keeps it up in place. This is what the bottom looks like. So even though the bottom's round, it still uses the front to maintain its balance. Or you can simply take the effect piece here where he's actually hovering, snap that in, have him sitting there. If you want these open, you can do that. All right, Gene, thanks for your assistance. I got it from here. Okay, so your Professor X comes with double jointed elbows, rotating and swiveling wrists. He doesn't come with interchangeable hands, so you kind of have this one hand that's sticking like that, where you pretty much have to have him kind of holding it to his head like that, like he's using his abilities. I guess you could have it rested on the little arm piece on the chair too if you wanted, though. Double jointed elbows, like I said, rotation and swivel of the wrists, double jointed knees, not that he's going to be doing much walking. You have, let's see, he has ankle pivot, rotates at the waist, bends this far back, this far forward, and let me see, you can get him looking up this far, down that far. So he has good mobility. It's too bad he spends most of his time in a wheelchair. But it is what it is. So let's get him back in the wheelchair, and then I'm gonna do one more comparison. Okay, so now we have the new Professor X next to the old Toy Biz version of Professor X. As you can see here, I keep him posed with my Illuminati setup, and I may do a video on the Illuminati setups that I have, or maybe I'll just throw a picture up right now so you guys can take a look at it actually. If you want to see a video on it, then let me know in the comments and maybe I'll make that happen. Alright, so for my final thoughts, this is definitely a figure worth having if you're a fan of the X-Men, you know, especially the cartoon version from back in the day. That's kind of the nostalgia that it brings back for me, so definitely a figure that I was happy to have. Is it an improvement over the Toy Biz version? I would say that both have their benefits. I like the Professor X Toy Biz version for my Illuminati setup because that's the wheelchair that he's using. So now on to the giveaway. I was initially going to do it on Friday. I'm going to move that back to Saturday now because I wanted to have this video up yesterday. So June 29th, Saturday, June 29th is when I will be posting the video of the drawing. So keep an eye out for that. Like I said, make sure that you guys subscribe. Leave a comment telling me who your favorite X-Men is and why. And that's all you have to do. So thank you guys for watching. As always, thank you for your support. And I will see you on the next video.